Welcome back to Vagabond, Gypsy, Tarot, and Oracle readings. Today we are doing our weekly energy reading for people who were born on Tuesdays. So if you were born on Tuesdays, this week reading is for Tuesday, January 17th through Tuesday, January 24th. If you were born on Tuesday, you are in the right spot. Again, this is for the energy of your week for my Tuesday born people. We are using the Good Tarot this week by Colette Baron Reed, just so you're aware of that. And I have my quartz crystal here. I've been telling people that's kind of been chunking off. Some of the pieces have been falling out, two of them here, but I have them shoved back in there. I have it sitting up on a stand, but I make sure that they stay in there because I'm not throwing them out and I don't really want to pull them out. I want them to stay with the stone. And I have my January grid that I have added. It just feels like a good January grid to me with the stones that I have on here. And I love it. So I thought I would put that energy on there as well. And as also, just so you're aware, energy for January, we have Capricorn energy this month, and that is an earth sign. So you automatically will have that energy around you. Earth sign is money, family, love, hearth, anything that has to do with home. And what else did I want to say? Well, I think I'll just start out by saying this because I started to say it in a couple of the other groups. January to me is a time of renewal and beginning to start with. I do not anymore do New Year's resolutions because something about putting that in my head makes it not happen. Like telling me I need to do this, then I won't. So it's just kind of a reverse psychology thing. That's how it works with me. I don't know why, but it seems like that's how it works with possibly a lot of other people as well. I'm sure for some it works fine, but for me it doesn't. But I used to do New Year's resolutions, and every year I would say I want to lose weight and become more fit. And it would never work. But now, and I don't know if it was a subliminal message, but now every January, I at least do a cleanse type thing where I eat better to start the year out, just because that's natural for me. Now, I think that actually over the pandemic it's worked well as well. I've actually lost weight over the pandemic, which I know a lot of people haven't. But for me, it was like the calmness. And I should say calmness in my environment, as I had lost my job, which wasn't calm, which was very upsetting. But it was I got it back now. But I'm just saying I was out of work for my job for quite a while, over a year and a half, 2 years. But in that time, I was able to emotionally get it together and just say, well, now what are you going to do? When you're stuck in that situation, you have to take control of it and decide, what am I going to do? I did a lot of things, but one of them was pulling myself back and, not eating at work. Sometimes you think for me, the breakfast, lunch, dinner thing does not work. I just can't eat that many times a day. It doesn't make me feel good. So when I was at home and other family members were at work, I just ate better. I ate slower. I ate with more mind. not to go on a rampage here and tell you all about that, but I just wanted to let you know that now, whatever that was that happened has kicked me into a new phase in general. So over the holidays, eating this year has made me feel blah. So now January kicked in, and now I'm like, I've got this beginning feeling. Like the new year is January's the first month on our calendars. So it's new. It's a beginning. And that's bottom line. My point is I always start out January with new ideas and the feeling of bringing new. So I always start out by eating better generally anyways. This last year, though, I will say was a bad year for eating for me. And I say it was one of my worst, actually. I don't know why, if it was just I don't know why, but I was just more into it. And I paid the consequences. So now I'm back to the beginning. So let's get to your reading and shut me up here. I spent half of the normal time I do readings talking about myself. Okay, the star card. So the star card in A.E. Waite Tarot, let's just use that as an example, is of renewal, hope, inner clarity, and can be miracles, can be miracles. Like it's a miracle that every year now I just automatically start with new. It is a miracle because because when you make your resolution and it dies out after 2 weeks, then you're stubborn for some reason every January now. And this card is like enlightening that fact. The star card in the Good Tarot is a card for inspiration, hope, inspiration in life and everything, encouragement. And it's a card of looking back on everything that you've experienced, any good or bad or perceived negative situations, knowing that you've made them through them, even if you have felt they were negative. Excuse me. And the hope of knowing that there's always an ending and always a new beginning. So the hope of the new beginning is where this card is pointing you to. It's reminding you that all of your worry and angst and sorrow and sadness over past negative situations, remember there is always a positive in new beginnings. And the star card is the card of new beginnings. I mean, there's not much difference between A.E. Waite and Colette Baron Reid's version. Excuse me. Colette Baron Reid's is, this deck is a good tarot, so it brings good messages from sometimes negative cards, but in this card it's already a good message. So, and with your earth energy, it could have something to do with family and home, or it might not, but it might. This card is absolutely beautiful to begin with. And so, yeah, with the A.E. Waite version, like I said, I mean, the star card is of renewal and clarity. Remember that clarity. Sometimes at this beginning time of the year, we need to have that clarity. And sometimes we can bring that clarity with just knowing it's January. What I'm trying to say is that, like I said, January to me means new anyway. So it kind of, in my feelings, it kind of washes the slate clean on a lot of things. And it doesn't take away situations or problems or anything like that, but this card is telling you, along with the new year, there, you should look into new changes. Be clear with your intentions. Be clear with your wants and needs. You could write them down. As I said, writing down doesn't always work for me. Although, who am I to talk? I like every year buy specific, one specific calendar book, and now I have started purchasing an astrological one every year as well. And I'm trying to get better at that, writing things down. I think that it's nice to review things at the end of the year. If you're so intentioned, it has not worked for me really all that well yet, to be honest with you, but I'm working on it. And I'll never be like a journal person, but I am trying to do some things in that direction. Like I said, I'll never be a journal person. I do like to scrapbook a couple times of the year, and I have my washi tape and I have my stickers and all that fun stuff, but I do it, but not on a schedule. I do it when I feel like doing it. So anyway, you could also incorporate that. You could do a vision board, which I do like doing. I did 2 so far, last year and the year before. The vision board that I did before, I did as a shadow vision board because I had some frustration, and let's not go into all that, but anyways, I really do look at that board occasionally, and I tried to really incorporate myself into it. But this card is of positive energy, and wow, I must really need to talk because otherwise I wouldn't take up your time like this. So anyways, yes, so remember this card through the week for my Tuesday born people, and I hope you enjoy your week, and remember, it's full of inspiration. The energy of inspiration, new beginnings. Remember that. So if you have any questions, you can pop me a message in the post, or I've never asked anybody to do that, but otherwise you can go to my Facebook page, Vagabond Gypsy, and send me a message as well, and I will see that. So I hope to see you back again next Tuesday, and thanks for joining me here at Vagabond Gypsy.